Hey, what is up guys? Thomas Spark back here with another video. Today you might notice that I do sound a little bit different, that being I got a new mic. So let me know down in the comments below if you like this new setup, if I sound a lot better. But today's video is going to be about Netflix once again, very popular topic with VPN. Now today we're going to be talking about how to provide unblocked access to the entire US content library on pretty much any streaming device out there. Now, if you're a fan of Roku, if you're a fan of the Apple TV, PS4, Xbox One, maybe someday the Nintendo Switch, if you're a fan of the Nvidia Shield, any Android TV box out there, or anything like that, and you want to get access to the entire US content library of Netflix, you're going to have to use something that I call a VPN router. Now, you can use any kind of DDWRT router that you want. However, I recommend something called a mini VPN router. I've already made an entire video on how to set one of these up, but the reason that I recommend these bad boys is because they're super small. As you can see, it's not much bigger than my palm right here, pretty small. So you could take it on the go. What this means is that if you want to take it to some kind of hotel or anything like that, you can use this to watch and unblock Netflix on the go. You don't have to be at your house using a specific router. So that's one real cool thing about it. Additionally, you can even set this up as a DLNA media server, and I've even made a video about that as well. But I think setting up a VPN router like this is one of the best ways that you can really access Netflix on any kind of platform or console. The reason being is that most consoles and streaming devices, they don't really let you install VPN on them. So you're going to need to extend the access to VPN through something like this mini VPN router. Now, of course, you can say, which VPN should I be using? Now, of course, I don't want to tell you to use one exact VPN. There are a lot of VPNs lately that I've tested that actually do kind of work with Netflix intermittently. However, that's the problem. You can't use a VPN on a VPN router that only works with Netflix sometimes. The reason being is that these VPNs like ExpressVPN, SaferVPN, Windscribe, NordVPN, they all have included VPN access for Netflix, which sounds good if you're trying to save money. But if you think about it, there's a reason why. The reason being is that when you're using one of these VPNs for Netflix, you're kind of assigned shared servers that everyone's using. And every once in a while, they'll kind of refresh these servers so you can access Netflix unblocked. When this isn't a really big deal when you're using it on PC, because you could kind of just pick and connect to these servers, talk to live chat, just switch servers, whatever. Sometimes it is kind of a problem, and I know a lot of users on the channel are kind of annoyed when they have to do that. So imagine constantly switching servers, constantly switching IPs in a VPN router settings. This would be a huge hassle having to go into your VPN router settings every time you want to switch a server, find out which one works. As you can imagine, I wouldn't want to do that. So then what's like a better solution? Well, I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset, but unfortunately, if you want the best solution, you are going to have to pay a little bit more. Now, why do you have to pay more? Well, the best solution that I found is through TorGuard's uniquely sold dedicated IP addresses. Now, where these other VPNs that just kind of have their servers blocked every once in a while and intermittent Netflix usability, TorGuard gives you a unique dedicated IP per customer. This means that if you're accessing Netflix with this IP, no one else is accessing Netflix with it. The way Netflix blocks IPs is they see a lot of users using a specific IP, so they go ahead and block it because they assume it's proxy users or VPN users. But if you have your own IP, as you can imagine, this looks much less suspicious since you're only one using it. So with TorGuard's dedicated IP system, you do have to pay per month as an extra fee, but in return, you have a more permanent access to Netflix. That's why this dedicated IP integration with a VPN router is the perfect combination, because you're not going to have to go into your VPN setting for your router all the time. So as you can imagine, this would be much better than having to go in and change the IPs and servers and everything like that. This is pretty much just going to be a one setup kind of deal. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up a mini VPN router. So this is what it's going to look like when you're plugging in the VPN router. Of course, you want to plug the internet into your modem, and then you also want to have the thing plugged into charging. So as you can see here, this is what it's going to look like. I really like this router as well since it's so minimalist. It's going to complement your setup very well since it's so small and you can even hide it away. Also, as I mentioned before, it's perfect for traveling and on the go. Now these two buttons here are going to show you how it's working. In this video, I'm going to show you, how to set it up. I have this video up on the channel if you want to watch it already. But right now, I'm just going to kind of go over an overview of how to set up the GL iNet kind of interface more for something like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Video, or really whatever you want to stream. Now, as I mentioned before, the VPN router is going to be able to give you access to it through a dedicated IP and giving you access to content outside of your country. So the way you're going to do it is you're going to go over to the VPN tab. You can see it on the top right. You're going to see OpenVPN. So you can go ahead and click on it on the top right, and it's going to bring you to this page. Now, this is where the specific part of integrating the dedicated IP with your VPN router, it requires more thought and consideration, which is why I'm making this video instead of just showing you that one. So the cool thing is that TorGuard actually added this pretty recently, really only coming in around September 12th of last year. So like I said, this is a really cool thing to do, and one of the best ways that you can set up Netflix, Hulu, or anything on your streaming device, whether it be PlayStation, Xbox, you name it. So the reason this is going to work is something called a OpenVPN config generator. So what you're going to want to do is sign into your TorGuard account once you click on that link. I'll put the link down in the description below for the OpenVPN config generator. So once you get to this part on the TorGuard website, if you log in, you're just going to want to pick the Windows option here. From here, this is where you're going to enter in the dedicated IP that you purchased. For now, I'll just do something like this, just to show you an example. So once you do that, you're just going to generate the config file, and this is going to actually download a text file here. Now, let's go back into the video tutorial to show you what to do with that. So once you get that config file that you generated with your dedicated IP address integrated within the file, that's when you're going to get that file you just made and upload it onto the router's interface. Pretty much you're just going to drag the .txt file into it, and it's going to be pretty simple from there on. You're going to want to log in with your TorGuard credentials, of course. You're going to need that active subscription to get this to work. But once you do that, it's going to be pretty simple. You're just going to log in and click apply, and then it's going to be pretty good to go. Alright, thanks guys for making it this far in the video. Now this is the good part, the summation. We're going to tell you everything you need to know for this tutorial in a quick wrap up. So basically what you're going to do is purchase that TorGuard subscription and dedicated IP. I know this can be expensive when compared to other VPNs, but trust me, it is. This method is much more reliable and useful than other options. It's also easier to set up. So go ahead and use that code TGLifetime50 if you want 50% off. That's my little gift to you for making it to the end of this video. Click the link in the description below as well to help support the channel. Now, you're also going to want to purchase a VPN router. I'm going to put that link in the description below as well. Mini VPN router is probably a good way to do this since it has a small footprint, easy to carry around, and overall they're pretty cheap, just under $50. Now, after that, you're going to want to use the OpenVPN config generator to generate a .txt file with your dedicated IP within the settings. You're going to drag and drop that into the router interface. And then once you do that, you're going to connect your streaming device, whether it be an Apple TV, PS4, Xbox One, Roku, or anything that you really want to use. Connect that to the router's Wi-Fi signal, and you're going to be good to go with a dedicated IP connected to the US content library for anything that you really want. Now, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I'm Thomas Spark, logging out of this Best 10 VPN video tutorial.